Hey everyone, I'm Anthony Matos in this weekly sports report. We are now in May, which is the final month of the regular season. We have a lot to get to, so let's get to it. The softball team is now 11-0 after a dominant win over Belmont 12-0 on April 28th. Burlington's game against Woburn was postponed and they will now continue with their next opponent, which is Westford Academy, on May 4th. As this taping, the game is underway. Burlington's Unified basketball team is now 2-0 after a 60-59 wild win over Reading Memorial on May 3rd. The Red Devils will be at Winchester High School on May 11th. The Red Devils track teams had both great performances over Stoneham on May 3rd at Varsity Field against Wakefield on April 24th at Varsity Field. The Lady Devils won 76-55 and the boys 93-42. The girls are now 3-1 while the boys are 4-0. Congrats on another win. BHS alumni Rishabh Prakash has committed to Notre Dame for another season of track. For more, we go to BNEWS Sports reporter Robert Paris.
BHS alum Rishabh Prakash is off to the University of Notre Dame this summer to finish his track career after losing an entire season due to the 2020 COVID-19 pandemic. Now finishing his senior year at Cornell, he cannot believe how fast time has gone by.
Pretty wild to think about because it feels like, it's like cliche, but it feels like just yesterday. I was like a senior at Burlington running, and now 4 years later, throughout everything in college, I'm now finishing up senior year at Cornell. So yeah, it's just, I'm really grateful to have had running in my life and to have these opportunities that it's given me. So it's been pretty cool, and I'm really grateful for it.
Prakash and his Cornell athletes have finished third in the Ivy League.
In my 4 years that we've been here, we finished my past senior year third in the Ivy League and third in the Northeast region in cross country. And third in the Northeast region got us one spot out of qualifying for the NCAA national meet, which is a big goal that we've had. So to do those goals as a team and be a key part of the team doing that and like a senior leader.
The National Collegiate Athletic Association gave athletes affected by the pandemic the eligibility to run an entire season after graduation.
The entire 2021 season of cross-country, indoor track, and outdoor track, we obviously didn't have any competitions, so I got those seasons back. As well as one extra outdoor season. So a total of 4 seasons. I had that extra year and a half of running. I didn't know if I was going to use it, but after COVID, my junior and senior years going so well with running, I realized it was something that I wanted to continue pursuing.
The Ivy League schools do not allow graduates to compete. However, Prakash went looking elsewhere to other schools in the U.S. who are accepting athletes affected by these canceled seasons.
Which is why I couldn't stay at Cornell to do my grad year, else that was something that I, heavily would have considered, especially with my younger brother also coming to Cornell. I was looking around and just looking at programs where I've seen that former Ivy League athletes have had success at, and also schools that had great academic programs that I was looking at. Notre Dame, I thought, was the best fit for me in terms of the, teammates that I met there, the scholarship package that they were able to offer, the facilities they had, and the academic program that I saw there.
As his journey at Cornell comes to a close, Rishabh is looking forward to continuing his career on the track this summer.
I have a lot of unfinished running goals that I want to do. I would say some of my bigger goals are to compete and help out a nationally ranked cross-country program. I think Notre Dame was within the top 10 in the NCAA last year, and they returned everybody on that team plus me and 2 other graduate transfers. So I really think that they have the potential to be a top 5, top 3 podium team.
It'll be nice to see how he wraps things up. I don't think he intends to become a professional athlete per se. Paul Hogan is actually running professionally for us, and Rishabh's probably just about at that level, but I think he's sort of wrapping up his athletic career and then going to be moving on into life. I think he does computer science stuff, so I'm sure he'll do fine there.
I'm Robert Paris for BNEWS Sports.
Boys volleyball competed at Lexington High School on April 27th, where they were shut out 0-3. They won the next 2 games against Salem on April 28th, 3-1, and Wakefield 3-0. Burlington's game with Salem on May 3rd was postponed. Somerville will visit the Vanilla Gymnasium on May 5th. The Devils go to 5-4 this season. Girls and boys lacrosse had matchups against the Watertown Red Raiders on April 28th. Both teams had huge wins, with the girls winning 17-6 and the boys 17-3. The girls' game against Melrose on May 1st was postponed. They did compete against Arlington on May 3rd, where they got a 20-8 win. Congrats, Devs. The Red Devils got a 9-4 win over the Spy Ponders. Both teams play Belmont on May 5th. The girls will be away and the boys home. Currently, the girls are 5-3 and the boys are 6-3. Boys baseball lost by 2, 3-5 against Belmont on April 28th. Their game against Woburn was postponed on May 3rd. As of this taping, they are competing against Stoneham High School on May 4th at Francis Wyman. Burlington is now 5-5 this season. Girls tennis had 2 meets this past week. They competed against Arlington on April 27th, where they were shut out 0-5. Burlington was back in the win column against Wakefield Memorial on May 1st with a 4-1 win. Congrats, ladies. Burlington moves to 5-4 this season and will compete against Woburn Memorial on May 4th. As this taping, the meet is still to be played. Boys tennis competed with Central Catholic on May 3rd, where they had a 4-1 win. Burlington goes to 6-3 this season and will compete at Woburn Memorial on May 4th. As this taping, the meet is still to be played. For more Red Devil action, go to bcattv.org/sports and check out our Twitter page at BNEWS Sports. That's all for now. I'm Anthony Matos, back to you guys in the studio.